A CDC scientist who evaded capture by federal authorities for nearly 15 years is now back here in the U.S. He allegedly stole money meant for autism research. Atlanta News First political reporter Doug Reardon joined us live from the CDC headquarters tonight. Doug, he vanished after he was indicted.
He did, and that was back in 2011, Blair, but it was only just this week that Paul Thorsen was brought back to the United States to face justice for what federal investigators say was a $1 million fraud scheme, money that was meant to help children. That is Paul Thorsen, surrounded by U.S. Marshals, setting foot on American soil for the first time in 15 years. Thorsen, a Danish doctor who worked for the CDC from 2004 until 2010, was extradited from Germany to Atlanta, facing 7-figure fraud charges.
The money was intended for really good purposes.
Assistant U.S. Attorney Steve McClain indicted the case against Thorsen himself back in 2011. Thorsen had been receiving grant money from the CDC here in Atlanta to study disorders in children.
The relationship between vaccines and autism. It included cerebral palsy in infants. It included fetal alcohol syndrome.
But instead, federal officials allege Thorsen used personal credit union accounts bearing the CDC's name to funnel money to his pocket, then submitted fake invoices for the research work.
And then he took the money, bought a house in Atlanta, bought an Audi automobile, bought a Honda automobile, a Harley Davidson motorcycle, took out over 60 cashier's checks.
According to McClain's grand jury indictment, Thorsen, quote, obtained over $1 million from his scheme to defraud. He was even on the Department of Health and Human Services top 10 most wanted list all this time. McClain, surprised but pleased to see Thorsen back in the States to face justice.
I wasn't sure if this case would ever come to trial, because you never know. Once 15 years goes by, you think maybe that defendant is one that will never come back to the United States and never be extradited. So I was pleased to see that he was.
And listen, that was almost the case, too. After this indictment had gone through, Thorsen had returned back to Denmark, where he was from, and they were not going to extradite him back. But just last year, almost a year ago to the month, Thorsen was vacationing with his wife in Germany when authorities there stopped him, checked his paperwork, and realized that he had an Interpol red notice. They then began the extradition process, which of course ended with him returning back to Hartsfield-Jackson yesterday. Outside the CDC, Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.
Such a wild story, Doug. Thank you.